Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Barb.
And this is Carp Family Adventures.
And yes, we're wearing the same shirts.
We're wearing the same shirts as the last video because we're doing it the same day.
That's like, should we go change our shirts?
We won't. Maybe we'll show up with different shirts at the end of this video after all the.
Yeah, we'll see.
So now we're going to talk about Monday, February 10th, which is day 21 of the cruise, and that's when we went to Picton, New Zealand.
That was yesterday, right?
No, yeah, we're recording the day after.
I'm kidding.
We finally have a sea day because we had 2 ports in a row, which was really pretty nice, actually.
Yeah.
So we sailed into Picton. So Picton is one of the northernmost cities on the South Island of New Zealand, and it is the point where the ferry from Wellington, which is like the southernmost city in the on the North Island, and also the capital, Wellington. There's a ferry that goes between Wellington and Picton. So Picton is where you'd arrive if you came from the North Island to the South Island. A 3-hour ferry ride, so they can't do too many of them each day, I guess.
That seemed like it was quite a few.
Yeah, we saw several ferries,
going in and out, and the line of cars and trucks and everything. That's neat.
Yeah. So it's in the Cook Strait is, I guess, the water between the 2 islands. We sailed into Shakespeare Bay. It's really scenic. It's sort of like Bay of Islands with just rocks and islands and the seashore around you the whole time. So Shakespeare Bay is kind of tucked away a little bit. It's I don't know, 500 feet away from the bay where the actual ferries go in. So we were on the other side. Traffic. Yeah.
So we were on the side where they were doing all the lumber.
Yeah.
And it was almost kind of like the day before, but this one it seemed like we were even more on top of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Just because of where our balcony, I don't know, but it was just neat seeing the different equipment using to pick them up and organize
just
them
move all those giant logs everywhere.
And then trucks coming in and having them put on there.
Yeah, and you see from the video that there are so many. Yeah, it's a huge industry in the area.
Big process.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we stopped. We docked there. We went to breakfast. We did the usual and went down to the dining room to wait for our tour.
Yep.
Again, it was a little bit late. They're not exactly on time.
I mean, it was okay.
Yes.
It was not a big deal.
Yeah, and our tour this time was basically just a bus ride through the Marlborough area, which is
neat.
Yeah, really nice scenery, and the bus driver was really good.
I love that bus driver. He was so cute.
He was also the tour guide, so he had lots of jokes, but he also had a lot of knowledge about the area. So Picton is part of the Marlborough area, and Marlborough is where a big percentage of the New Zealand wines come from.
Yeah.
So they grow grapes. So he was telling us all about the facts about, how much water each grapevine requires at different times of the year, up to at least 3 gallons per grapevine per day.
Yeah.
So they were doing a lot of kind of engineering to reestablish wetlands in the area, so there was enough water to feed the grapes.
Yeah, and then they were saying too about how they put roses, or they used to, or they put them in front of the row of the vines, because of the what was it, the disease?
Yeah, diseases and parasites will show up on the roses before they show up on the grapes. So in the old days they knew when they would have to spray more for specific parasites or something, or diseases.
Right.
Yeah. But now he said they do it all with drones, and it's much faster process.
But there were still roses. Yeah, we did see some, so that was kind of neat.
He also said one of the things that I thought was interesting during the bus ride was that the only mammal native to New Zealand before the Maori came was the bat. A couple species of bats. So there were no land mammals until the Maori came and established different land mammals in New Zealand. So it's interesting. So he did call it a land of birds. So New Zealand belongs to the birds, and everything else came over with the humans.
Yeah.
So all that was interesting. We stopped at a chocolate factory, Makana Chocolate Factory, which was established in 1998, right? Is that
I
what
think it was, yeah. But I think there's some connection with, I heard somebody say something about the one that they have in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that,
makes
because
sense.
that's what it seemed
Maybe
like. I don't know if
it
you've
did.
ever done a candy chocolate one.
Yeah, the chocolate
stop.
factory tour in, is it Kona or Hilo?
It's one of, I can't remember.
Yeah, or maybe both.
But it kind of was like that.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. And they gave us samples, and they were good. The
Yeah.
samples. People shopped for 20 minutes, and then we left and drove a little farther up. To a place called the Vines Village,
Oh, right.
which was sort of a little like artisan cheese shop and a little cafe
And ice cream and
a winery, because there were vineyards behind it, which was nice.
yeah, and then they had a quilting shop, which
yeah,
was
yeah.
neat. So, of course, I thought of Rosie and I thought of Chris because they both quilt.
Yeah.
And Lorraine too, but I don't know if Lorraine's watching. But so it was kind of neat to see that.
Yeah, we wanted to try the food, sort of, but they were out of sausage rolls, unfortunately. We couldn't try a lot of the food.
Yeah, there was a sign. It was sad, but you asked. But
Yeah, we asked if they had any sausage rolls, but they'd sold out for
Yeah.
breakfast, I guess, because anyway, we got there around lunchtime or a little bit before. But I did get a local Diet Cola, which was interesting.
yeah, Ed said, go ahead and try it, because he went around while I didn't want anything. So, yeah, I was holding his soda while he went to get his ice cream that he was
Yeah.
getting. He said, take a sip. So I took a sip, but too bad he wasn't doing a video of me, because I did not like the taste. I was
Yeah.
like,
It didn't really taste like Diet Cola, although it was made from cola nuts and everything. But one of the ingredients was lemon juice, which was interesting.
And I didn't pick up on lemon juice. I
Yeah.
picked up on, I don't even know what I picked up on, but that was enough for me.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty good. So I finished it, and for ice cream I got another local to the South Island ice cream licorice flavor, and it was really good. It was purple, and it actually had little chunks of black licorice in it.
Which I should have tried it, but I just didn't feel like any ice cream. So
it was definitely licorice. They had some other flavors.
So I'm glad you got two things yesterday. That was very nice.
That was good. So then after that, essentially he just drove us back the way we had come. He gave people the option of either dropping them off at the docks again or letting us walk around downtown Picton.
Yeah.
And Picton is very small. It's even smaller than Napier was small.
Yeah,
but Picton was really small.
Really
it was
small.
like less than 2 miles from the start to the end of Picton, and it was fairly narrow too. So you could have walked the whole town if you wanted to.
Yeah, we did do a lot. We walked around a lot of it.
We did most of the shopping district, basically, just by going up the high street.
Yeah, and they had another craft fair set up for the people on the ship, which was nice.
Yeah, there was a craft fair. We have some shots of their public toilets, which are really efficient and clean.
You used it.
And free too. I was worried they wouldn't be free because they were pretty advanced. Like
and they had like all these buttons. Well, not all these buttons, but you'll see it's like which was neat, and then you see which one's open.
They kept them really clean. So those were excellent. I guess the bathrooms. We walked around the marina a little bit. A lot of boats there in the marina. And really, it was good because while during our bus tour, it was basically cloudy the whole time, so we couldn't see some of the bigger mountains. But by the time we got down to the marina, it had cleared up, so it was pretty much just sunny and warm.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing, though. Didn't he say when we were on the bus tour, he was saying how the difference between the right side and the left side because of, I guess...
the north side, I guess, got a lot of rain, but the south side was pretty much just like the hills in California during the dry season, where it was basically just brown and brush. So and they were only, 50 miles apart or something, so it was really interesting. So downtown, we walked around. We were looking for stuff.
You were looking for a t-shirt.
For a t-shirt or postcards, but again, there weren't really many tourist shops or souvenir shops there. There were a couple, but they didn't have things specific to Picton.
Yeah, they had two art galleries. We went into one, and
nice.
We liked some of the art.
Yeah.
No, we did not buy anything.
No, but it was good. Yeah.
It was tempting, but we're like, well, how would we even get it back? So. No, we didn't buy anything. Although they did say they shipped.
Yeah.
Oh, and then by the marina too. Actually, there was that nice, cute little bridge that you could.
Yeah,
But
a
it
high
was-
bridge for the sailboats to go under.
Yeah, I was gonna attempt it, and then I decided not to. So
Yeah, it was pretty steep.
yeah,
going up
so
there.
Ed went up, and I was able to get a picture of him. His picture turned out better than I thought because you were backlit. If we would have done it from the other side, it would have been a little nicer, but it still turned out all right. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we did go up to a supermarket. It was a small supermarket. We got some snacks.
That was really neat.
Yeah, it was
It's
nice.
always nice to go. I think to go into a local grocery store when you're on vacation in different countries and states, just to see how different they are.
Yeah.
And I was looking for some more English. Well, haven't gotten any English candy yet, but this particular time we got a couple things. But
Yeah.
a few things that I thought for sure they would have, they didn't have. So maybe Australia will probably have a little bit more. But
yeah, especially because these are big
not
cities.
that we need it, but it's just kind of makes me think of my days when I was younger and we were in England a lot. So
Yeah.
it was good, yeah.
And then we walked back. We were trying to keep to the left.
That's so hard.
There's no need to bring this up, really, but so we're in New Zealand. People keep to the left and drive on the left, but the places we've been have been so overrun with us tourists from North America that everybody essentially is keeping to the right, except for the locals, which.
But we have been trying. There's been a few times where I kind of have to go the other way because it's just a little tricky. But
Yeah, and then we're going to see how that works after Sydney when we get a lot of Australian people on board. It'll be interesting to see how that works with. Anyway, we'll try to keep it up. So we walked back to the marina to get on the bus. We saw a couple of the entertainment stuff they have at their foreshore, which included another miniature golf course, but a different one. It was really interesting looking.
Yeah.
It was all made basically of like rocks and cement and stuff, but it was really neat and pretty elaborate.
And then connected to it, because you pay the same thing. They had a merry-go-round, and I don't know how to describe it. I mean, did you get video? I took a picture. So there's a picture. There'll be a picture at the end of this video of it. But it was really cute.
Yeah, and they also had a little train track for one of those trains where you straddle the train and it goes along a little line. But the train wasn't out. We just saw the track. So.
And I took a picture of the track to kind of get an idea of, what it looked like. And so I thought that was neat.
Yeah, so even for a small town, they had things to do down at the...
Yeah, and that one also had a good part for the kids' playground with the water.
Yeah,
they had like a big bucket thing that would fill and tip over in one area, and then the rest was all dry swings and different type of things like that in the playground, which was very nice.
And we walked past a couple of maritime museums. We didn't go in, but one of them held the Edwin Fox, which is the oldest surviving wooden ship that exists in the world today. I can't remember what year it was from, but it was...
Well, we kind of cheated because you could see it from the outside.
The museum had other things in it, but you could see the ship from the outside.
Did you get video of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get a picture of it, but...
You couldn't see the whole thing.
I got a picture of the thing next to it. The cutout where you could stick your head through.
Yeah. And then we headed to the bus stop. You could see the ferries there. So I guess they have two types of ferries. One of them is smaller and one of them is bigger.
That's right.
But both of them are fairly huge. I mean, the bigger one is the Inter-Islander, which is the main one, I guess, that goes between the two islands and takes 3 hours. Well, both of them will take 3 hours. But yeah, it was almost as big as a cruise ship, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Inter-Islander ferry. And yeah, so as we were going back on the bus to the port, we could see all the people lined up for that Inter-Islander ferry. So I mean, obviously they had to sit in their cars for a long time before they could load.
Yeah, there were campers and
cars with kayaks on top.
Yeah, kayaks. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were going up to the North Island. So we got back on the ship,
which was very easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't have another big bus load that. It was easy to get on.
Yeah.
Plenty of seating and plenty of, space to get back on the ship, which was nice. We didn't have to wait in a long line.
Yeah. And then we did have dinner. There weren't any delays going out of Picton, so we just sailed back into the.
That was surprising.
Straight.
I mean, not surprising. It was just weird. It's like, oh, we're done. Okay, everybody's on. Let's go.
I think everybody gets on faster than on some cruises. Like,
yeah, it's because, I don't know, to me, it's just the world cruise is a totally different type of cruise. It's hard to explain. People seem to be a lot more relaxed, which is nice because it's going to be like a long cruise. Not for everybody, but, a big portion of it. And it's just easy going.
Yeah.
It's quite nice and relaxing. You don't feel like, oh my God, I got here, I got to get there, whatever. But it's not really like that.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So that was Picton. We did go through the straits and see all the islands and stuff. We saw the Inner Islander ferry after we left. It was kind of going along with us for a while.
Yeah.
And that was it. Then the day after Picton is a sea day.
Which is today.
And then
I was looking to see if we could see land, because you could see.
Yeah, you can see land
pretty much all day.
Most of the time, yeah. We're on the right side of the ship, the starboard side, which is the side where the land is. So we're just going south along the southeast coast of New Zealand, so we get to see the land most of the time.
I know. I wish we could film shooting out the other direction, but because we didn't bring a light to fill us, we would just be. It would be backlit. You wouldn't be able to see anything. So
yeah.
Which brings me to we're pretty much done. Right?
Yeah, we're done.
So I was just going to say, we've been talking about it. If people are wondering, I don't know if you are, if you really care, but the pictures that we post afterwards, most of those are, and also the videos that we've been shooting for when we're talking, not when we're out on land, but when we're talking. We're using the new Nikon mirrorless Z6 III camera with I think it's a 28 to 70 lens, 2.8 or 24 to 70, I can't remember. But anyways, we got it for this trip because it's nice and light, and it's been great. I've been very happy with it, and just if anybody is wondering what camera we were using. The other stuff we use are just the 360, which you've seen, and then our cell phones.
And our phones,
yeah. But most of the stills are done with the Nikon. So just wanted to shout out to Nikon. Very happy with it.
Okay. So that's it. You wanted to do another shout out?
Yeah, let's see. Let's do a shout out to Andrew's mom, Beth. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yep. We'll see you in a couple days, maybe. I don't know.
After Dunedin, which is tomorrow.
Which is a Scottish town.
Yeah, Scottish town in New Zealand.
This trip's coming to an end.
Oh, we still have.
I know.
Almost 2 weeks.
Anyway, all right. Bye for now. Take care. Bye.